Hey everybody, this is David at BarnYard Bees. I'm out here cleaning an old pollen feeder up. Now this pollen, it's got a pretty good shelf life and store life, but this pollen, they was eating on it, then they slowed down. It is getting old, starting to clump up because it's been there since last year, so it's been in here in this feeder for quite a while, and it's okay, but some of the spots had got really lumpy and there wasn't a whole lot left of it, so I just dumped it out. And you can see where it's really cold out. I'm surprised there's even one bee out. It's like 45 degrees, the wind's blowing, but there's a handful of bees still trying to get to that pollen. So it's still viable, it's still good. It just, I just thought it was best to put some fresh in there, and that's what I'm doing today. I took my feeder, cleaned it out really good, then been out here trying to deal with the chickens. We got free range chickens now. We got the automatic door done, just to go off subject a little bit. We had a little bit of a hawk issue, so we got a kite that looks like a bald eagle that supposedly supposed to work. I guess we'll find out. See how it flies, and hawks are supposedly scared of eagles. So we'll see how it works. Maybe it'll work. The chickens finally got used to it. They're not scared, but I'm afraid the hawk will get used to it too. So I don't know, we'll find out. But anyway, back to the pollen. I'm gonna go ahead and like I said, I just cleaned the feeder up. Let's get some new pollen in it and get it put over there on the stand. Okay, we got Big Blue all cleaned up. And I'm not going to put the whole bag in there. I'm just going to put a little bit, maybe about a third of the bag, possibly half. And I don't know if you've ever seen these. We call them Big Blue at BarnYard Bees. They're a really good feeder. And the way they're tapered up in the entrance, I've showed these before, just a little reminder, people haven't seen them. The pollen, if you look up, it goes uphill and drops down into the pollen cavity. Well, when it rains, wind and rain will blow up, but it'll roll back out and keeping the pollen really dry, and it really works good. We have these BarnYard Bees. If you need them, barnyardbees.com or at the store location. Also, we have the Ultra Bee. It's a high protein pollen substitute that works very well. So I'll go ahead and get a little bit in there, and it's very dry, so be careful where you store it. It's like flour, you know, you don't want it's very messy, so it'll get on your clothes and kind of like just about like flour. And we'll just load it up in and see, look at the dust roll. Now the bees, this is a good day to put it out because it's nice and cold, and the bees won't be following you around trying to get to it before you get it put out, kind of like putting out sugar water. But they are kind of distracted a little bit over there on that old pollen. But there's, like I said, there's not that many bees out. Anyway, it's pretty chilly out. It's supposed to turn very cold here in the next few days, even down in the teens, I believe. And I know a lot of people in other parts of the country go say, oh, that's nothing, which it is. But here in North Georgia in the teens, it's cold. So I won't put a whole lot in there. You can see right there, it's filled up to about right here. That's plenty for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to knock some of that dust off that and place it out in its location. And like I said, it's going to sit there probably for a couple days before anything even touches it, because it's going to be so cold they probably won't even be out there. So let's get it out there, put on our blocks, and we'll see you out there. Okay, we got Big Blue all cleaned up. Got the pollen in. It's going to take a few days. It may not be another week after we get through this cold snap that they even start paying attention to it. They might look at it a little bit tomorrow if it don't get too cold, but I believe it's not going to get out of the low 40s tomorrow, so it's going to be pretty chilly. So once I start feeding on this, I'll show you the video, because this is the time of the year. Usually you get in mid-December, they start searching out protein sources. I have a corn feeder up there that I feed the chickens and the geese, and they usually get in that corn feeder and they're getting what protein they can off of the corn dust, and that's anything that's got a protein source that they can take back to the hive, like a pollen substitute, same thing almost. But anyway, Big Blue here, it does a good job. Like I said, I like it because it keeps the pollen nice and dry, and it takes a long time for, just like flour. You know, if you set it out for a year in the driest conditions, it's going to harden up after a while. So that pollen was old that I dumped out, but the bees are still paying a little bit of attention to it. So they'll definitely get it here in a couple of weeks. When we get back to our warm snap, we'll do a video and I'll show you just how much those bees will come after this pollen here. And that's about it, folks. Don't forget, click on the little bell, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. BarnYard Bees.